when I first became a director, we had to do overnight shifts to get up to speed with the kit. So I was working overnights, which is obviously really tiresome on the body and the brain. And I was doing an overnight shift, and it was around the time when Russia had put all of their troops on the ground on the border of Ukraine and were about to invade. And it was horrendous, to be honest, because you were just watching these cameras that were filming it, thinking, I'm just waiting for them to go over the border, and then I'm breaking that news. And it was my first big story that I had to break, and it was on my hour, because you only do an hour on, an hour off, because of the nature of it is so intense. So you're about to sit in for your hour, it's not been broken yet, you know it's coming. That anxiety in my stomach, I thought, oh God, please don't do it on my hour. I don't want to be responsible for this. This is such a big story. And it happened on my hour about 10 minutes in, which meant I was covering it for the whole thing. And I remember feeling so sad, and yeah, it really hit me, because we'd all been waiting for it. And if you work in news and you followed that story, it was coming for some time before it actually happened. And I think after that is when I really realised that I needed coping mechanisms for this job to be the best director I could be. And shortly after that, I read a book about tapping, and it was something that, oh, that helps me, that was useful. And EFT started then for me just after that story, I just remember. And that war's still going on now, and it's still as hard hitting, it's still horrendous, absolutely awful. And I suppose to some degree I haven't really got over it, because so much of it sat on my shoulders to deliver it and get it right. And we did get it right, but it didn't change how tough that was for me. And I was a new director, so that was a big story to deliver. So it's a tough one.
So you haven't tapped on that one yet?
Not enough.
How would you feel about doing some tapping on that one now?
Yeah, let's do it. Would love to.
So when you think back to your first big stories, and it was at broke then, if you had to give that an intensity of how you feel about that now, what would that be?
I'd say a 6 out of 10.
Thank you. And if you could give that a title, what would the title be?
The big story.
The big story. Thank you. And for those of you watching at home, if you also, when you think about a difficult experience that you've had at work, it doesn't have to be at work, a difficult memory, then you might want to tap on that as well. If it's extremely high, I would say work on it with a practitioner. But if it's around a 6, maybe it's something that you could tap along with us now. So if you haven't done EFT before, it stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques. It's also called tapping. It's like acupuncture for emotions without the use of needles. And the invitation here is literally to do what we do, say what we say. And if you don't like it, then just watch and don't do it. Kristie, we're going to be tapping. So obviously, if there's anything that you don't like that I say, just change it. Let me know, because we're working together.
Yeah.
So let's start by just putting your hands on the center of your chest, and just take a deep breath in. And just notice your feet on the ground and your body in the chair right now, coming into your body. And also, you mentioned that you're on maternity leave, you're growing a beautiful baby inside you, and you can silently let your baby know that this has nothing to do with them, and that they are safe and they are loved. And this is just something to help both of you feel a little bit more peaceful right now. So when you're ready, you can tap on the side of your hand and just repeat after me, even though I have this memory.
Even though I have this memory.
Of this big story.
Of this big story.
I accept myself.
I accept myself.
Just as I am.
Just as I am.
And let's just do one more round.
Even though
I have this big story.
I have this big story.
I'm safe.
I'm safe.
And all is okay right now.
And all is okay right now.
Does it feel okay to say that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So tapping on the top of your head.
This big story.
And then coming to the eyebrows. and then side of the eyes, and say
this memory.
And under the eyes, take a deep breath in. Under the nose, on the chin,
the big story.
and the collarbone, and under the arm. That memory.
That memory.
Top of the head. And as you tap on the eyebrows, notice your feet on the ground. And side of the eyes, notice your body in the chair. And under the eyes, the big story.
The big story.
Under the nose. And on the chin.
That memory.
And the collarbone. And under the arm. And put your hands on your heart chakra, say transform, take a deep breath. So if you were to guess the intensity now of the big story, what number comes to mind?
Like a 2. I feel really zen.
Thank you. Should we do one more round?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, let's do it.
though.
Even though.
There's a little bit left.
There's a little bit left.
I wonder if I could let a little bit more go now.
I wonder if I could let a little bit more go now.
So that I could be even freer.
So that I could be even freer.
From this memory I've been holding on to.
From this memory I've been holding on to.
That I probably didn't even realise I was holding on to it.
That I probably didn't realise I was holding on to it.
And top of the head.
The remaining intensity.
Of this big story.
Of this big story.
There's not much left now.
There's not much left now.
And I wonder if I could let a little bit more go now.
And I wonder if I could let a little bit more go now.
And tap under the nose. And as you say that, does it feel possible, or does it feel like part of you's holding onto it?
No, it feels totally possible.
I can let go of more.
I can let go of more.
I am letting go of more.
I am letting go of more.
It's releasing.
It's releasing.
And just say transform, take a deep breath.
Transform. Yeah, that feels really good. I actually didn't realise that that much emotional connection to it until we spoke. It's interesting.
Yeah. When you think about it now, if you were to recall it and just tell me what happened, is there any intensity?
No, I actually think the intensity is around the fear of me getting my role wrong as an inexperienced director than it is the story. And that just felt like it's not the story. It's me making sure I've done the right things. And because I was quite new, and I think that just comes into sometimes self-doubting Kristie that can sometimes rear her head. And I actually think that's probably more the issue than the story. The more things you do wrong, the more things you get right. When you get it wrong, tap into my saviour, because it calms me again. And because you've only got a short amount of time to make that decision, you're not always going to get it right, because that's real life. And it's having that acceptance around it, which I think as a recovering perfectionist, that's probably my biggest thing. And that just come up for me then, just like, actually, it's not always the story, it's my self-doubt, which is interesting.
I think you've really identified some important things there, because when we're learning something, getting it wrong is how we learn, whether it's, you know, working
Totally.
in studio or anything else. So,
Yeah.
and that's kind of part of the growth mindset, isn't it?